Did Super Bowl Sunday distract you from horror news or just give you more time to catch up? Welcome back to The Final Cut, your daily pulse in horror. It's Monday, February 9th. We're officially post Super Bowl Sunday, and we're kicking off a brand new week of horror news, deals, and industry moves you'll want on your radar. Before we jump into today's stories, let's talk about this week's sponsor highlights. Over at Grub, it's officially Love is in the Scare season. Right now, their scream-worthy Blu-ray and 4K Valentine's deals are live, but they end February 14th, so the clock is ticking. Also available, Black Phone 2, limited edition 4K Steelbook, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 up for pre-order. That's releasing February 17th. If you're building out your physical media shelf, this is absolutely the week to do it. At Fanatical, you've got only 3 days left to build your own Resident Evil bundle. Resident Evil Requiem Standard and Deluxe Editions available 18% off, releasing February 27th. Neo 3 available now with a 12% discount. And don't forget to sign up for the Fanatical newsletter so you never miss limited time bundles and surprise drops. All right, let's get into the start of this week's horror headlines. First up, pop icon Charli XCX is going full horror mode. The artist will star in and produce an untitled slasher project from Takashi Miike, set to begin filming in Japan next month. The film follows three lifelong friends reconnecting in Kyoto until the trip spirals into nightmare territory when Charlie's character becomes possessed by a violent, tortured spirit, played by Kiko Mizuraha. Deeply rooted in Japanese horror tradition, the cast is stocked with Millie Alcock, Norman Reedus, Kiko Mizuraha, Sho Kazamatsu, who's in the Hulu show about cannibals. Gannibal, I believe is Gannibals. The script comes from Rose Evans and Yumiko Oyagi, inspired by an original idea from Charli herself and Takashi Miike. Sales will launch at the European Film Market in Berlin, and between Mike's history with Audition and Ichi the Killer, this one feels primed to go dark fast. My question for you guys, are you more excited by Charli XCX crossing into horror or by Takashi Miike returning to full slasher mode? Let us know your answers in the comments ahead. Next up, DC is leaning hard into body horror. The upcoming Clayface movie has officially moved its theatrical release to October 23rd, 2026, sliding right into Halloween season. Directed by James Watkins from a script by Mike Flanagan and Hosseini Amini, the film is being compared directly to David Cronenberg's The Fly. The story centers on an actor who injects himself with a substance to stay relevant, only to discover he can reshape his body into living clay. The film stars Tom Rhys-Harris as Clayface, Max Minglia, Naomi Ackie, and DC Studios has openly called this an incredible body horror film, signaling a tonal shift that feels more horror forward than superhero adjacent. My question for you guys is, does Clayface as pure body horror excite you? Or should DC keep horror and comics more separate? Let me know your answers in the comments ahead. And finally, the Scary Movie franchise is officially going for the jugular. Horror icon Felissa Rose has joined Scary Movie 6, appearing in a Terrifier 3 Christmas parody that specifically spoofs the infamous mall sequence involving Art the Clown, which was one of the best parts of the film. The scene was originally cut, but has now been reinstated in a trimmed edit. The cast for Scary Movie 6 is massive, bringing back Marlon Wayans, Shawn Wayans, Anna Faris, also Regina Hall, and a long list of returning favorites. Felissa Rose inclusion feels like a wink directed to hardcore horror fans, especially those already deep into the Terrifier universe. The film hits theaters June 12th, 2026. My question for you guys, does parody still work in modern horror, or has the genre outgrown it? We shall find out, but let me know your answers in the comments ahead. Today's take. What really stands out today is how wide horror spectrum has become. On one end, you've got Mike and Charli XCX pushing possession horror into international art house territory. On the other, DC is embracing full-blown body horror, while Scary Movie 6 proves parody still has a pulse, if it knows exactly who it's playing to. Horror isn't shrinking, it's splintering, and honestly, that might be its greatest strength right now. Before you go, answer today's Spotify poll. What kind of horror are you most excited for right now? Possession and international horror, body horror revivals, slasher parody and meta horror, or franchise reinvention? Your votes help shape future episodes. And by the way, as always, if you got a tip, trailer drop, or horror rumor we should be covering, DM us at HMUNCUT, and you might hear it on a future episode of The Final Cut. That's it for today's episode of The Final Cut, your daily pulse in horror. We'll be back tomorrow with more news, more deals, and more reasons to put away that dip that was left over at your house for Super Bowl. But you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, give us thumbs up. Until then, we will see you guys tomorrow. Keep the lights on.